So my video today is going to be best in beauty, and this is pretty much just going to be the items that I have found myself going back to again and again and again this year. So I get to try a whole lot of makeup and it's awesome, but there are definitely some products that I feel like I just form like a bond with. I just end up gravitating towards them over and over and over. So I wanted to share with you what those products are. For as long as I can remember, these are the things that I've really been absolutely loving and really gravitate towards every time I do my makeup. So let's start with the basics, which would be a face primer. I've tried a ton of them, but the one I keep going back to is from Etude House. Now, I was really lucky to be able to go to South Korea earlier this year. Got a lot of stuff from them, love it all, and it is their Beauty Shot Face Blur. I really like it because it's got a nice texture to it. It's not too thin, it's not too thick, and I found that every time I use this, my foundation just applies so much nicer. So this has definitely been something that I have really loved and really been using every single time I apply face makeup. This next thing is a foundation. If you followed me for any amount of time, you probably know that my go-to for foundation has always been Urban Decay Naked Skin. Ever since they came out with it, it's been my number one always use. I've tried a lot of other ones and I just don't like the way they feel. They're too heavy, they're too this, they're too that. And Naked Skin is always the one I compare them to. So a couple months ago, I went into Ulta and saw that Japanesque was moved to the prestige section, which it was always in the not prestige section of Ulta. And two, that they had a lot more products. Before, I feel like Ulta only had brushes from them, but now they had all of these cool palettes and makeup, and I was like, yes, I need to try it all. So I picked up this foundation. So this foundation is called the Luminous Foundation, and the shade is 01. When in doubt, if you're wondering what shade foundation I'm in, it's like 1 or like ivory. It's like the non-pink lightest shade. Anyways, I adore this foundation and I use it pretty regularly. I like it because it's got a little bit of that luminous glow, but it doesn't feel like your face is melting off, which is sometimes what you can get from dewy foundations, just because that dew it can't be matte, you know? So a lot of times they don't set down. This one does. It feels lightweight, but it gives really good coverage. So I am obsessed. Speaking of obsessed, the way to apply foundation, this brush right here. So the first time I saw this brush, this is by Artis, I saw it on Instagram and was like, what is that? I need it. How do I get it? This is the Oval 8 brush, and I used it for a while, really liked it, stopped using it, went back to like a Sigma brush, and the last like week or two, I've been really kind of not happy with how my skin looks. So I will exfoliate it and really like try and prime it, wash it, you know, do all the things to make it smooth. And it just, every time I would use this specific brush I was using, it was like, it just looked cakey and ugh, no good. So then I started using this brush again and it was just like, why did I stop? It's fantastic. So it's kind of big, as you can see. It looks like an old hairbrush that you might find at the bottom of the sea in the Titanic. It's incredibly soft, so it makes applying your foundation like half the time. It's not working against you like some brushes, at least me, I feel like it's like painting and I'm trying to blur the lines out and they don't want to blur the lines out. This applies it and blends it out at the same time, so you can do your whole face in like 30 seconds. So what I do is I do a couple pumps onto the brush head and then kind of just bat it around my face and then just blend it. And while it does look different compared to a traditional makeup brush, I adore it. I mean, I can apply this and I can get it right up in here so I can get my concealer for underneath my eyes, and it gets into all of those little grooves. I'm obsessed. So this is Artis brush Oval 8. Recommend you get it. I love it. On to highlight. So highlighting has become huge this year. I feel like this year it exploded. It was big before, but it just exploded. I was using Champagne Pop from Becca Cosmetics for a while, and then I got this mini size of Opal, and I love Opal even more. This is, oh my god, I use this every single day, and I love that. And I like it too because I can use a dual fiber brush and kind of get it, or just any brush and just get it, you know, in other areas where I don't want it to be like bam, like it is on my cheeks. but I'm obsessed. The other highlighter I love, like to death do us part is how I feel about this, is by Hourglass, and this is the Ambient Lighting Powder in Ethereal Light. This is mine. I never hit pan on anything just because I have so many things, but this, I love it. It's lighter than my skin tone and it has kind of like a very soft satiny finish. So it works so well like right here. So I'll use this to kind of set my under eye makeup, and I'll apply it anywhere that I want a highlight without the shimmer. Both of those together, Ethereal Light kind of like on the inside part and using Opal right here, I've been just really enjoying that. I'll apply a little bit under there sometimes too. I don't even know if this next thing is worth even mentioning because I've talked about it literally always, but it wouldn't be a best of beauty without my favorite mascara of all time, Better Than Sex. Better Than Sex. I've literally tried so many different mascaras, and I mean, a lot of them are awesome, but I can't even tell you how many of these I have in my house. Like at least 10. I'm telling you, I have a ton, and then I have like the travel size ones. There is like one for every day of the week. It's well, more than that if we can do math, Leisha, but I love it. I love the way that it lifts my lashes. I love the brush. I love the formula. It doesn't take a while to dry, so you don't get that like when you blink your eyelashes stick together. I'm just obsessed. This has been my go-to since this one came out. I love it. I have one other brush I want to talk about. This is by Inglot. I miss Inglot. I feel like Inglot exploded a couple years ago and then it just kind of faded into the background. I get emails from them, but I don't feel like going out and buying their stuff, and I think that's probably just because it's not easily accessible to me. I can buy online and that's about it. This is the 4SS brush. I love this brush so much and everyone needs it, and let me tell you why. It's kind of like a really fat blending brush for your eyes, but I never use it on my eyes. It's way too big. For right here, for applying highlight, for blending out blush, for applying contour, for dusting other highlights everywhere. This brush is never not, I use this all the time. I love it, and it's just such a nice shape, and it's so soft, and no one else has one quite like this. They have smaller ones or they have bigger ones, but nobody has this one, and I just think everybody needs it. I love it. I love you. As far as eyeshadows, I had a kind of hard time thinking about this one because I change up what I'm using all the time depending on what's come out, you know, like today I have the Tartelette in Bloom palette on because I was just filming a review. That'll be up tomorrow. Yesterday I had the Chocolate Bonbon palette on from Too Faced because that had just come out. So I tend to just use like what's new and what's like a trending palette, I guess, just to kind of stay with the kids. But this palette, this is Visart. I'm sure some of you guessed that. This is the Neutral Warm Mattes, or Neutral Mattes palette. I think it's Warm Mattes. It is fantastic. I love it. It's got light to dark. It's got like a true, well, I guess it's not really a true black, but it's got a nice black going on. Like, I really enjoy this palette. I love the packaging. I can see exactly which one it is and what it looks like because I have a couple of them now. Visart are my Pokemon. Like, I need all the palettes. I've got 3 now. But anyways, this one is probably, you know, the one that I can use with any look. Even if I'm using a different palette, I can use this one for my neutral colors. For blush, the Tartelette Celebrated Amazonian Clay Blush. Wow, I almost like just... This has been my go-to lately. I also really love the Too Faced, the heart ones. The heart blushes are so nice too, and I really like those. But this is the one I've been using a lot lately. The color's just really gorgeous. I really like the cute packaging. Just everything that Tarte comes out with for the Tartelette line is really nice. And it's all like kind of neutrals that work for a lot of different shades. Last but not least is lip product. So I'm one of those, I guess I should also mention Jack Black Lip Balm. That's been my go-to. The Shea Butter and Vitamin E is my favorite lip balm on the planet. I don't even know how, again, like the mascara, the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, I have so many of them. Like every purse, every room has one. I generally don't really wear lip products ever, unless I'm doing like videos and stuff, just cause, I don't know, I'd rather do eyes than do lips. That's just no rhyme or reason. It's just kind of how I roll. The one lip gloss I always come back to is the Naked lip gloss from Urban Decay, and this is a nooner. I love this because it's very sheer and it's got a really nice formula where it's got that wet look and it's very glossy looking, but it's not sticky in any way, shape, or form. And it's really nice. It's a really nice neutral shade and I love it. Love it. So those are my best in beauty. Let me know. I want to know, everyone that's watching this, I want you to comment and tell me your top product of 2015. If you can't name one, then name like 3, your top 3 products. I want to know what has just changed your life and that you love and that was just groundbreakingly life-changing, mind-blowing, can't handle, I can't even product of 2015. Let me know in the comments. I always want to hear what you guys love so I can check it out too. And I'll see you later.